Look, couple of things. Number one, you owe me money for making me sit through de Blasio twice, okay?
Oh,
I saw it, now I had to listen to it. So I'm watching this with a bunch of people, normal people, not media people.
The folks.
And they don't have a lot of time or emotion invested in Bill de Blasio. They know he's a communist and that he's running the city into the ground, but these people are working and they have kids and they're not really focusing on him. So here, let me just run down the list of what was apparent. Okay, number one, the guy came in to talk to you because he's polling 0 in New Hampshire. That means not one human being in New Hampshire, according to Boston Globe, wants Bill de Blasio to be president. Not one. You figured you get some drunken guy in Derry to come out. No one. Siena poll, New York, Blasio, the least popular politician in the entire state. There are people in prison more popular than de Blasio, all right? So he's got nothing going on.
By the way, just the way there are people in prison more popular than this.
Yeah, there are.
By the way, Trump has better favorability in New York than de Blasio does.
Look, just go to the city and spend 3 hours there, and it's a madhouse. So anyway, de Blasio comes in because he needs attention, but he comes in with not a respect for answering a question. He wasn't going to answer anything, all right? He was going to try to make you, all right, look like some kind of right-wing kook. That's what he wanted to do. So the first thing I noticed was the body language. He's a big guy. Buzz is about 6'8", 6'7", and his hands are huge. Did you notice his hands? He has bigger hands than the mummy. The mummy had the biggest hands. The mummy got you. You could never get away. So he's waving his hands around, and you're close to him. He's leaning into you. And the body language says, I'm not taking any S from Sean Hannity. That's number one. And that's important. So he was there basically, and then he had this little grin on his face. It's kind of, my associates watching it with me said, he looks arrogant with that grin. It was just like his teeth were out there, but he wasn't really smiling. And then what really struck me, and I concentrated hard on this on BillO'Reilly.com tonight, and each interview, no matter if it's frustrating or not, the subject and the interviewer, you, reveal themselves to a certain extent.
Oh, great. Here, what did I reveal unbeknownst to me?
You revealed that you would have much rather been eating a steak anywhere else than being there.
You know what? That's actually not really true. I love my job.
You're engaged.
I'm fully engaged.
Absolutely.
But let me tell you something. If you won't answer a simple question, I don't think you deserve to be president.
Well, obviously, everyone on earth agrees with you. But what did he reveal? The key thing that he said is that your success, all right, a guy who started in Franklin Square bartending.
Actually, washing dishes, yeah, but it's close.
All right, and worked his way up to the highest rated cable show, phenomenally successful radio show, becomes a millionaire. Your success, he said this, was because of favorable government programs or actions. And I'm going, what exactly were those? My career parallels yours. All right, you're Levittown, I'm Levittown, you're Franklin Square. I painted houses, you wash dishes, whatever it may be. I got to tell you, in the 50 years I've been in the marketplace, not once did the government ever help me obtain success. Not once. I guess maybe by keeping the Soviet Union from invading, I was able to make a living. But what is he talking about? What? And so that he believes that the federal apparatus or state apparatus is responsible for you being wealthy. So therefore, you have to give him and his apparatus the money back. That's insane. And he is insane.
All right, quick break. We'll come back more with Bill O'Reilly on the other side, 800. All right, as we continue with Bill O'Reilly and his breakdown analysis of the interview from last night with Comrade de Blasio. You know how bad it is, Bill. So he wants the 70 cents of every dollar, okay? All right, so we get to keep 30 cents. Now, if you save the 30 cents and you save too much of the 30 cents and
He's back.
No, then he wants another 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5% more.
He's back.
Now, another bite at the apple. Now, let's say, it's the dumbest thing my accountant says to me every year, don't die in New York. And I'm like, I'll try not to. Because if I die in New York, we have a 40% federal death tax. After you pay
Cuomo and de Blasio come to your house.
Yeah.
And they move your sofa out. One takes one part, the other the other.
No, Bill, it's worse than that. You know, back in the old days, in our days, you know, there's probably gold in your teeth. They're going to take the gold on the way out.
Listen, de Blasio is a true believer. He's a fanatic. He's a zealot. He's dangerous. And the fact that he's the mayor of the largest city in the country is frightening. All right? So that is the bottom line of your interview with de Blasio. You exposed him just by interrogating him as being a frightening individual because this guy doesn't respect achievement, doesn't respect hard work, and told one of the most blatant lies I've ever seen anybody tell on television when he said corporations don't pay any taxes. I have 3 corporations. I write millions of dollars of checks to New York State and Washington, D.C.
Why are we so stupid, both of us, to stay in this state? I mean, when you really think about it.
There's family concerns and all of that, and I'm with you. I mean, if they pass a wealth tax in New York, I'm going to put on the steam record, sha-na-na-na, hey, goodbye.
Hey, Bill, right, if one of these lunatics becomes president, it will be 70 cents of every dollar, and then it's going to be the wealth tax, and then there's going to be the death tax. Right now, between federal, state, city of New York, 56 cents of what you saved your whole life that you already paid taxes on, you're going to have to give them 56 cents of what you have left.
It's getting worse and worse and worse, and the Democratic Party is all in on it, and that's why they're going to have trouble in 2020. Now, let me ask you a question.
Oh, go, my boy. Go ahead. Now you're like de Blasio. All night de Blasio wanted to ask me questions. I'm like, well, when I'm running for president.
He really didn't want an answer. He just wanted to make you look bad. Right. I need an answer on this.
Yes, sir. Bill O'Reilly. I'm in the hot seat. Go ahead.
Okay. After the interview.
Yeah.
What happened? Were you pals? Did you?
I mean, you know me. I mean, this is not personal for me. This is about ideas.
Did you chat? Did you?
Yeah, I said, look, if you want my humble advice, I'll tell you exactly what I said. Good. An exclusive for BillO'Reilly.com and the Sean Hannity radio show. I said, Mr. Mayor, I've been doing this 30 years, and you not answering questions is not going to get you anywhere. I said to him, watch every politician. Go back to 2015 and 16, and go back to Mitt Romney when he got out, and John McCain when he got out. Everybody, when they get out and they give that last speech, it's always their best speech because all of a sudden they're unencumbered with the pressures of people telling them what to say, where, and do. And I said, that's the speech you need to give, and you need to be able to say, yes, I support this, whatever it is.
So you were trying to help him.
I did. I tried to help him. He can't. He's so wrapped up in the fear of exposing what he really believes.
Well, look, but you were cordial. You guys were cordial.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like Jim Acosta saying I was on some bus with him, and why didn't I go up in front of everybody and say to him, you're a liar and a conspiracy theorist and fake news? Number one, I didn't see him. Number two, he could have come to me. And number three, am I really supposed to be a jackass when I'm in public?
I'm always like that, too. I mean, even if I don't respect a person, and I certainly don't respect Bill de Blasio, I wouldn't be rude to him, or no, I don't think I'd give him advice, Hannity, but you should bill him for that.
But listen, you've seen it your whole career. I've seen it. The best speech these candidates give is the last one when they pull out, because now all of a sudden they're back to being themselves.
Yeah, but I don't want de Blasio to go back to being himself. I want him to go to Cuba, where he
I agree with you. Actually, you know what? It was actually very interesting. It's almost like you did a focus group for the show. I got a lot of insight out of it, and I do appreciate it. Anyway, I'm not going to watch your podcast if you're talking about me, because I just assume that it's going to be character assassination.
No.
I'm teasing.
I salute you for getting him on.
Yeah, I salute him for coming.
Yeah, and I think you can get Buttigieg. I think you can get him.
All right. Is that what you're still sticking by Biden, though? You think Biden's going to be the guy?
Yes, I think it's going to be Biden-Harris. That's the ticket.
And by the way, Bill's book on Trump comes out in, October, right?
Nope, September 24th, the United States of Trump.
All right, good.
Pre-order it everywhere. And
I haven't gotten my early galley copy. I want to have it early.
You're going to get a real book next week.
All right, I want it autographed. I want you to say one, meaning the first signature for that book. It might be worth money one day.
All right, you know what the inscription is going to be to you on the United States of Trump from me?
Yeah.
Ready?
Thank you for joining us on Bill O'Reilly. Combs is next, and some other guy sitting next to him.
Here it is. To Bill de Blasio's new buddy.
Oh, God, help us. I don't think he would characterize it that way. By the way, 10 seconds after the interview, they leave, and he sends out a tweet. Watch me on Sean Hannity, and can you please click here and donate?
You see?
I'm clickbait, Bill, and I'm Jennifer Aniston. I don't know. I've become clickbait. All right, buddy. Thank you.
Thanks for having me in.
800.